everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. It is the crafter dinner crowd here for Stampin' Chat Live, a Tuesday night. Honestly, in the United States, we had a holiday yesterday. It was Labor Day, and I got to work today, and at 4 o'clock, I almost went home. I thought today was Monday. I don't know. You really lose track of time when those holidays sneak in. But we are so glad that you joined us tonight, and you didn't forget that tonight was Stampin' Chat Live. We have a fun night planned tonight. I'm going to be doing a fun way for a card to close. And it's similar to something that I did a couple of months ago, but I thought it would be fun to kind of change up the angle and stuff and use our beautiful Sunflower Garden Stencil set that's in our kit. And because we only have a couple days left of this kit and we don't have that many kits left, I wanted to get at least one more kit card in before we started thinking about our holiday kit, which is coming up on September 10th. But before we get started with tonight's project, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
So wait, it's not Monday?
No, it's not Monday. Thank goodness you're here.
Yeah, boy, the car's still running out in the parking lot.
I know. I think probably a bunch of people right now are going, oh, it's tomorrow night is Stampin' Chat Live. That always happens after Memorial Day, after 4th of July, and after Labor Day. But it's okay. Thank goodness for a replay, right?
What a weekend. What a weekend we had, huh?
Yeah, we had a great weekend. Tom and I did some bike riding. I found a bunch of sea glass. What else did we do? We visited Alicia and Houdini.
And while out on a bike ride, Gina had an inspiration for a word of the day.
I did. So, yes, I did. You're going to use that one tonight?
It's Gina's word of the day. Coming up.
Oh, boy. Well, you should have waited to say that.
You're pulling double duty tonight.
Yeah.
You don't have enough to do.
But you're gonna share it, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. All right. Well, we'll be back with that in just a little bit. In the meantime, I think it's time to get started. Where's my paper cutter? Did I put it away? I did. All right. So I'm going to start tonight's card with. Ooh, I am very close. I must have been very close at the end of the last video because that's really close up. There we go. That's better. So I'm going to start tonight's card with a regular A2 size card, and it is a top fold card. So I'm going to be doing a top fold tonight, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now, you can either cut off a little bit of the bottom or you can cut it off at an angle. And I thought it would be fun to cut it off at an angle. Now, there is no right or wrong way to do this. I'm just going to stick my cardstock in here any which way, and I am going to just cut a chunk of it off on an angle, just like that. Now, if you like the angle that you did, you can always keep this piece and you can lay it up against the next card and draw a little pencil line so that you know where you want to cut it. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut it on an angle like that. I could even cut it at a more severe angle. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll make it more severe. A more severe angle. How's that? Okay. There we go. So there is my cut right there. Okay. Now, for those of you that have seen the similar card to this may trigger your memory. If you're new here or you're a beginner or you're just starting out and this is kind of something new for you, I think you're really going to like this one because it's an easy card, but it's an interesting looking card. And I think that whoever receives it will think, wow, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to use some Masking Magic strips. Now, Masking Magic strips come in 3 sizes. They come in a 1/8 inch size, they come in a 1/4 inch size, and they come in a 1/2 inch size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 1/4 inch ones, and I am going to, let's see, I'm going to block off a border around all 4 sides of this card with the masking magic. So you can see I'm just putting it right up to the edge there, and I've got the card folded, and I'm going to go right up to the very edge like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this other side, and this helps because it keeps it, you know, nice and flat too. I am going to just push that down a little bit there. All right, and we're going to do the same thing over here, right up to the edge. Let's make sure that goes to the edge. There we go. Like that. Now I'm going to do a little border along the bottom with that same masking magic. If you want a thicker white border, you can use the 1/2 inch size. If you want an even skinnier border, you can use the 1/4 inch size. What do I do with all my sea glass? I do nothing with it. I've seen fantastic things that you can do with it, but you know, for me, it's just relaxing to roam along the beach and find it, and I just bring it home and I put it on a glass jar on my shelf and on my mantle, and I have a nice big glass jar full of it, and I'm going to just keep collecting it, and I love the way it looks up there. Okay, so now I am going to take this stencil. Now this is the layering stencil that I'm going to use. This is called Sunflower Garden, and it is part of our kit. This is part of the Thoughtful and Thankful card kit. But this is going to be available by itself on in September during our release. But I have to tell you, if you like any of the stamps, any of the dies, any of anything in this kit, it is such a good value, and I would grab it before, you know, before it goes away, because it's going to go away and then everything will be available a la carte, but you know, one stamp and die bundle is almost the same price as the entire kit, and you get 2 6x8 stamp and die bundles, a full 4-piece layering stencil set, and a 2-piece coloring stencil set. So anybody who's tried our kits before knows what a great value they are. All right, so I'm going to put this down here, right here toward the bottom, and then I'm going to tape that down. Oh, Cindy, I can't give any sneak peeks about anything with Simon Says Stamp. That has to be a complete surprise. I can't even tell you what day. They like to keep that all a big surprise. Okay.
I bet you can share what you, let's see. Somebody wants to know what you do with the sea glass.
Well, I did tell them that. I just told them I put it in a jar right on my mantle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No problem. I
I
know you're focusing on the controls and the comments over there, so I get that. But yeah, I told them that. I've seen so many great things that you can do with sea glass, though. I've seen jewelry. I've seen people like make pictures and use the little pieces of sea glass, like for the little bodies of birds and things like that. There's so much fun stuff that you can do with it. I'm not doing it for a hobby, though. I do it to relieve stress. I go to the beach, I walk around the beach, and I stare at the sand and the water, and I find sea glass. Okay, so I'm going to start with honey mustard. This is going to be a very autumny card. So I'm starting with some honey mustard, and I'm going to go a little bit light here.
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Somebody at the door.
Okay, so I've got some honey mustard there. You can see I'm leaving a little bit of it light around the edges. That's okay. It's a lot to control back there, guys. Just go around the other way, too. There's a lot going on. I like rock collecting, too. We have beautiful rocks on Lake Michigan. I'm constantly looking for Petoskey stones, and I'm constantly looking for euperlites. So Petoskey stones almost look like a snake skin. They're really cool stones. And then euperlites are really cool because they light up under UV light. They're really cool.
All right, Kathy D wants to know, what comes first when designing stamps? Is it the stamp idea, then the names, or the name, then the design, the stamps, and you could put the fruit salad in there somewhere.
When I design a stamp set, I think of a theme that I want to do. You know, like for Christmas, do I want to do reindeer? Do I want to do snowflakes? Do I want to do snowmen? Like, what do I want to do? And then I design the stamp set, and then the greetings come last, because sometimes the greetings change depending on what the designs turn out looking like. And then at the end of that, I add the greetings. And then once I have all the greetings, that's when I usually figure out what name to give it. Okay, so we're going to do something a little different with this, because I want to, well, let's see. We'll do it the regular way first, but I want to see, I might add some images. It just depends. This might be enough. Okay, so now we've got our honey mustard sunflowers. Could you use these with the large sunflower from last year? Absolutely, you can, because what we asked Alicia to do was to take her sunflower from last year and create a layering stencil from that same design, so they all coordinate really nicely together. Okay, so now I'm going to go with layer 2. I've got to line that up, and that's pretty easy to line up. Once you get it right, all of it just kind of feels like it snaps into place, really. So it's very easy to line up. Okay, so now I'm going to use some Tangerine Twist next. So I have an orange brush here. I just want to brush off any color that might be on there. That looks okay. That was probably Tangerine Twist from before. And we'd like to welcome anyone who's just joining us. If you are new here, this is going to be a very new idea for you. If you haven't seen any of my other videos before, if you've seen me before, you may have seen a similar card, but I'm just doing it with a little bit of a twist here and with an autumn feel. Because, you know, those ideas that you get from the videos, they can be translated into seasons. They can be, you know, redone with different stencil sets. And sometimes you don't think about that. You think, oh, you know, I have to make that card with that stencil set and that idea. But sometimes it's fun to just reimagine and dig through your stencils and your stamps and stuff that you have and try a completely different way. Don't be afraid to try. I love that saying, never be afraid to try something new, that professionals built the Titanic and amateurs built the Ark. You know, that idea. Okay, so we're going to take this off now. And I am doing a very similar color combination. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just glowy? I love how that glows. It's so pretty.
Request from Cheryl for a sea glass themed kit.
Sea glass. Oh, that would be cool. Sea glass. We may do some sea glass stamps. I don't know if it would be a whole kit, but definitely a sea glass stamp set would rock. I think I would love that. Okay, I'm going to put that in here. I actually had an artist draw a set of crystals for me too, and I think that would be a really fun stamp set. I love crystals. I can't not go into a crystal store if I see one. I love crystals. I have them everywhere all over my house. I think that they're beautiful. I have them here in my studio too. I have this one. This is an ametrine. It's amethyst and citrine mixed together. Isn't that cool? You can see the yellow parts in there. It's very cool. And I have lots of beautiful citrines that look at me and give me inspiration with rainbows in them. And I have lots of clear quartz and lots of amethyst too, because you guys know amethyst is my birthstone. Okay, so enough of that. Now we're going to move to a blue. I want to add a blue in here, so I am going to use some Turquoise Sea. I loved this color combination in the one video we did where we were just playing with colors, so I wanted to use it again on this card. Now, you don't have to use a big blending brush for this part if you don't want to. You can use a smaller blending brush, or you can use even one of these little detail brushes to get into these small areas. And it does make it very easy to work when you have these tiny brushes. So why don't we use that? It makes it super easy to get in there. Isn't that pretty? I love these. These are called our detail blending brushes. Definitely get lots of detail out of them. And what's nice is when you have like maybe more than one image on the paper, you can really be precise. For example, if I just wanted to do the center of one of these, I could just get in there and do the center, and then with the detail brush go around with a second color. So that's one thing I really like about the little detail brushes, is you can be so precise. Okay. Let's see, maybe I'll do more than one color. Maybe I'll use Tranquil Teal for the other ones. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe it'd be too deep. I don't know. But I kind of like how we're just doing those. And now we could do, yeah, let's do Tranquil Teal for those. So Tranquil Teal is just a darker version of Turquoise Sea. Let's see how it looks. We could just do the centers in Tranquil Teal. Just to add a little pop of a deeper, I don't even think that's going to show up, but these will. And then let's go back with the Turquoise Sea. And now it doesn't matter. I can just go all over with the Turquoise Sea. So I can have the lighter color up here. Like that. See, isn't that fun to be able to just have that little bit of detail wherever you want it? I think you actually get more color laid down into the smallest areas when you use the detail brushes. Yeah, this feels like my shirt. It feels like what I'm wearing. I think we need a little bit of faded brick if we were trying to match my shirt, but that would work. Could do some faded brick in there. I might go in with this brush again. Just get some of that teal off of there.
Will that stencil be available outside of the kit?
It will be in our next release. Yes. Just filling in just a little bit more there just to get some more color. Okay, so I like that. Let's pull this off. Oh yeah, that's very pretty. So now in keeping with that teal, I think for this stencil, this layer right here, I might do some dots in green and some dots in teal. Let's see. Wait, gotta have it positioned the right way. Oh, I do. Okay. All right, there we go.
Debbie wants to know, does the detail brush hold less ink?
It holds about the same amount of ink, just on a smaller applicator. So it doesn't actually hold, this holds a lot more because it's bigger. But as far as will this lay down the same amount of this? Yes. But because the brushes are positioned flat across and straight down, where these have more of a curve, this is going to give you a more misty bit of color, a more mist. This is going to give you more precise color. All right, so I'm going to go back to the teal. I'm going to add a couple little teal spots in here. I think I'll do one right here. And then I'll do one opposite it over here. And I think I'll just do one right up here. Okay. Then the rest of these I'm going to do with a green. So I am going to use jelly bean green. Let's get some jelly bean in here.
Do you know if the Petite Flourish stencil is retired?
We never had a Petite Flourish stencil. We never had that. We have a Petite Flourish embossing folder. We have a Petite Flourish background stamp. And we have Petite Flourish polyglaze. I think that one's below here. So we might add a couple little dots up in here, but I'll show you how to do that later. So let's get these little leaves going. We'll do these two-tone. We'll do some green and then some jelly bean, and then we'll add a little fresh asparagus into it. Yeah, the Petite Flourish was never a stencil, so now I'm going to take a little bit of this fresh asparagus and I'm going to just add a little darkness down here at the one end. That. Like that. Okay. I can also add a little bit in here into these green ones.
And just a reminder, we don't have information on stock. It's difficult to know what's in stock and what isn't in the middle of a live.
Yeah, we don't have access to a computer for that. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit down here. I just want to get a tiny bit of green right in here. So I'm just moving the stencil and I'm going to clean this off. You can always get information though when you call customer service, or you can email customer service. They don't always have dates though either, because a lot of stuff, we get a shipping notice and then that's as far as it goes. We just have to wait until it arrives. So I'm going to just put that there. And then I'm going to pick up some of this fresh asparagus from down there and add that little bit of shading. So that gave me a little green down at the bottom. And I want to do a teal one over here because I feel like that will just balance it a little bit better. So you can kind of add wherever you want. I think I might add some in the centers too. So we'll do that. But let me get my little teal detail brush again. And I'm going to clean this off. Okay. And I used Tranquil Teal for this. I'm just going to hold that into place and get a little Tranquil Teal in there. Okay. So there we go. Now I want to add something inside these. So I'm thinking I could add a little faded brick. That would give it a little splash of red in there. Oh, let's do that. Even red. Even red would be really pretty because this is kind of a reddish color, and look how pretty that looks when you put it in the mix. Because my shirt is kind of, I think it's more red. So let's do that. Let's just clean this stencil off. I'm going to clean this off with a little bit of alcohol, a little rubbing alcohol so it dries very quickly. I have a video where I do this technique with a book fold style card, yes. Not on an angle, it is just straight down the side. So I'll link that video on the description on YouTube afterwards. So if you like this video, you can go take a look at that one too and see the stencil that I used with that and the colors that I used. It's really bright and vibrant as well, and I think you'll like it.
Few requests for tomato soup.
Tomato soup. All right, let me get a piece of cardstock here, and I will I'll do a little dot on a piece of just plain white cardstock here, and we will hold it right up next to and see which one we like better. Because I really am feeling red, but tomato soup might be the better choice. But on one hand, tomato soup might be a good choice to kind of blend in, but it might not pop out the way red would. So here's tomato soup. Let's just do it up here. So that would be tomato soup. And that would be pretty. It's close. And then let's just look at red. And if you guys like tomato soup better, we'll do that. All right, so that was tomato soup. Let me just do some red hot here. Get a red brush. Tomato soup might be the one. All right. So we'll look at red hot here. So that's red hot with it. I feel like the red hot looks more like my shirt. Tomato soup has more orange in it. Looks similar in the video, but not quite so similar in real life. So let's see. All right. What are people saying? Red hot or tomato soup? Yeah, coral reef would be kind of nice too. That would be in there. Okay, I'm seeing a lot more red hot than tomato soup. So I think I'm going to go with the red hot. I know that's going to disappoint some of my tomato soup lovers, but we're going to go with red hot. And we'll just, you know, I'll just deal with it if it doesn't look good. Okay, so I'm just lining that up in the center there and giving it a little. There we go. Oh, I like it. It just feels, I know it's not like as autumny maybe, but I just like the pop of color in there. It just makes me happy. Okay, so now remember, this is just one card, so this card could be made over and over again with other colors. And if you guys like this card and you have this stencil and tomato soup would be your pick, I'd love to see it. I think it would be really fun to see coral reef. I think it would be fun to see a plum in there because, you know, plum punch is a gorgeous autumn color too, and that would just give it a whole different look. But I just felt like doing this. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but okay. So there we go. We've got a little bit of red going in there. But for sure, plum would be gorgeous. So, you know, I have an old one of these just sitting here. And if you would like to see what it looks like with plum, I'll pop a little plum in this one. This is just a panel that I made in another video. But let's see what it looks like with plum punch, because sometimes, you know, when you're trying to decide, the visual really helps. Okay, I need a plum brush. So let me find my paper towels. I have a little detail purple brush here that I just have to, oh, there's hardly anything on there. Okay, that's good. So let's just see what that would look like. I think it will be beautiful, actually. What is that on there? I think I have, that's my pump just screaming at me. Pay no mind to that. I'm just going to use a sand eraser here because I have a little bit of tape on there. And that could actually affect the way that this stencils, but we'll see. Just got to try it. You could see the dots from the tape. Now you got to give this a chance to lighten up too, you know, because these colors go on dark, but then as they dry, they get just a little bit lighter and they come up to the color on the lid. But that is really pretty. I love that. I think that's really pretty. And just to make my tomato soup friends happy, I'll just do a couple in tomato soup so we can look at it. I happen to have tomato soup out because I was thinking some tomato soup in the mix as well. I do feel like tomato soup and red hot, though, will have a very similar feel, but that is really pretty. That's really pretty. Tomato soup may have been better. It's definitely softer and more demure. So if, okay, let me just show you a little trick too. Okay, let's say you looked at that and you go, oh, this is just too bright. Don't worry about it. You can go right over these and mute them down with a deeper color. So just find the spot, add a little tomato soup, and you can deepen it up a little bit. See how it just deepens it up? So I'll just do that, and then that'll make everybody happy because we have red hot and tomato soup on here. That is pretty. That's a pretty color too. And you know what's really fun? Sometimes when I don't know what to do, sometimes I'll just take a stencil and I will just stencil different colors on top of each other just to see what the blend looks like, you know, because you're making new colors then. And then you could make your own little swatch book of, okay, this is what it looks like to stencil one layer of red hot and then tomato soup on top. So that's kind of a fun thing to do.
Okay, the Nook BK Crafts is asking, Tom and Gina, will you be recording another song on Instagram anytime soon? Wow. So...
Well,
yeah, that we're long overdue for that. But,
yeah, we haven't done that in a while. If you don't know what she's asking about, on Tom's Instagram, Tom, you should share your Instagram handle in the comments. You can type it in the comments, and it will go to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from over there. So for anybody that's watching, if you want to check out Tom's Instagram, you can look him up at what he's typing in right now. And Tom and I have a couple of videos on there where I sing with him. Tom has some great music videos on there where he plays music. And I know a lot of you like his music. So, you know, if you're missing Tom's music, you can head over there and listen to him play. He plays saxophone over there. He plays this cool wind controller instrument he has. But you can also check out the 2 songs that we did together. It's actually my face that looks like it typed it in, but Tom's typing on my my logged in YouTube channel. Okay, so now I'm going to take some sea glass. So we're not done yet, because if we just let this go like this, when we peel these off, you're not going to see a crisp line. We want a crisp line. So I'm going to take a little bit of sea glass. Now I know sea glass is going to be a little weird when it goes over the orange and the yellow, but that's okay. I'm just cleaning my brush so that it's not too Turquoise Sea-ish. But what we want to do is we want to fill in these white areas because we want there to be a crisp line around the edge so we can see the border. So now we're going to go around the edge, all around, but not too far down, just enough to create a border. See, it's not terrible because the yellow just kind of turns green. And you don't have to overdo it. It doesn't have to be super dark. It looks like not much right now, but it's actually enough that it's going to create the crisp line that we're looking for. And I'm using the big brush because, again, I want that wisp of color. I don't want it to be super defined, which if we use the small detail brush, it would definitely be a harsher line and it wouldn't blend so nicely, because that's really meant for those detailed areas.
So Teresa has a question. Gina, have you done anything with angels, even polyglaze sheets?
We have, boy, why do I think Debbie has angels in her Christmas set? She has a manger Christmas set with angels in it, so we do have some angels. But I have not done anything with angels, like in my kits. The one thing I try to do, although I do Christmas kits, I try to not make it solely about Christmas because, or too religious, only because I know that there's people of all religions that buy our kits. And so we want them to have maybe just enough where if they've got a friend that celebrates Christmas, that they can definitely make those cards, but also the cards could be made with a winter theme or, you know, could be used with different greetings for other holidays as well. Okay, so now we've got that little bit of blue going around the outside, and now I am going to gently, because last time I did this, I did tear my paper a little bit. I'm going to gently peel this off. So you see what I mean? It didn't look like much, but now look how white that border looks compared to the rest of it. You can really see it. But if we didn't have that mist of color in there, you wouldn't get that nice crisp line.
So Catherine wants to know, would you get the border effect if you just added sea glass between the flowers, not over them?
Yes. You definitely would, yes. It's difficult, though, to not get it on the flowers at all. But, you know, if you've got that good steady hand and eye, definitely it will look good. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, I love that. And I didn't tear the paper this time either. Okay, so what's cool about this card is you open this card up, right? But when you open it up this way, now the inside of your card is decorated down here at the bottom on a little fun angle.
Very cool.
I think that that is so cool and so fun. I just love that. Now we're going to stamp an inside greeting in here, so the inside is going to be decorated, and we're going to put our outside greeting here. So let's go ahead and figure out our outside greeting first. I want to make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. So there we go. Oh, I love that. And I just love that, how when you open it up, it's so pretty on the inside. Okay. So let's find a nice greeting, and I'm going to make this like a thinking of you card. So we could do a big thinking of you right here, and then inside we can say, and keeping you in my prayers, or as you navigate what's next, or during these trying times. Thinking of you, we could also use this one. We could use thankful and then do for all you do on the inside. That would be nice too, and that would make a nice Thanksgiving card, especially with these sunflowers. But I think we're going to do Thinking of You because I actually have somebody that I am keeping in my prayers right now, and I think this would be a great card to send to her. So I'm going to put this aside so I don't ruin it, because you know how that goes, right? And I am going to get the Thinking of You, and then we're going to cut it out with the coordinating dies. And then we'll stamp the other one directly onto the inside. Okay. So let's find a piece of cardstock here.
So question.
Yes.
Julie's asking, can you recommend one of your previous videos? Oops, it just moved.
Uh-oh. I'll give you a chance to find it. So I am going to use black onyx on this, and I know I don't have any other black on the card, but we might want to pop a few little black metallic pearls on there at the very end. We'll have to see.
One of your previous videos to watch to learn the basics of the whole poly glaze the process. I get confused about the different kinds of sheets.
Sure, yeah. I have a whole foiling playlist on my channel. So if you go to my channel, which is just go to YouTube, type in Gina K Designs, and when you see my head, you can just click on that, or under this video, you'll see my name, Gina K Designs. Click on that, and it takes you right to the channel. Then there's little tabs going across. This says videos, which are pre-recorded videos. It says lives, which are live videos. There's shorts, which are 1-minute videos. And then there's playlists and community. And the community tab are photographs, where I share the photographs of the cards I've made. And the playlists, click on that and look for foil. Click on the foil playlist, and there'll be everything from my very first foil video all the way up to our newest poly glaze and introducing poly glaze and how it all works. And you'll be able to get a very comprehensive group of videos that will teach you exactly what you need to know. Okay, so I'm stamping this in black onyx. So let's...
Okay, here's a good one. From Nancy, silly question but curious. A comment is liked, in quotes, from Gina K, from one of your, this is jumping around so much. From Gina K Designs. Is that you, or do you have staff that monitors your company IG? I can't imagine you keeping up so timely with your load.
Well, 95 to 99% of the time, it is me. I do a lot of stuff on social media, and if you get a like, it's from me. Sometimes we will have somebody help out with messaging. So if you send me a message looking for something or whatever, there might be somebody else that will help with that. Occasionally there'll be somebody that will help with posting videos. But if something is liked, like somebody, if you post a card and somebody likes it, it's me. If you make a comment on my card and that comment is liked, it's me. If on Facebook you post a card in our group and somebody likes it, from Gina K Designs, it's me. So yeah, it's me. It's mostly me. Occasionally though, somebody will help with messaging, just because that can be overwhelming at times for me. And a lot of times it is, questions about like, where do I find this product or whatever. And so in that case, I still need my Misty. In that case, I might have somebody else do that because they can just send you a link. I hope that helps answer that question.
Yes, I always know where to find her.
What's that?
I always know where to find her.
Yeah. Liking something on Instagram or Facebook, right?
If things are done on the grill, I'll just post and let her know.
Tag me on Instagram to let me know. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Oh, well, you know what they say. You trade in your 40-hour-a-week job when you own your own business for a 120-hour-a-week job. 24 hours a day, it feels like. Oh, I have the wrong, here we go. What am I looking at here? Thinking of you. Oh, do I have the wrong? There it is. Okay. Thinking of you. I think I put one of the wrong dies in the wrong stamp set, but that happens. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this out, and this is going to go on the front of the card, the Thinking of You. Yeah, there's so much on my YouTube channel that a lot of people don't even know about. I've been making videos for a really long time. So, I mean, some of those videos were before HD. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of liked not having to deal with HD. Okay, so that is going to go right onto this card, like right up here. Okay, and then I think we're done with the die cutting machine. That was quick die cutting tonight. Okay. Now, where is my card? All right. So now we've got to stamp the inside greeting. That's always scary, right? But we'll make it work. Oh, I like that. That's just so pretty. We could be brave and hang it off the edge here to kind of make it, that's kind of fun too, right? Because when it opens up, it kind of hangs off the edge a little bit. Let's do that. Let's be brave and have it down there. And then you'll get to see more of this as well. But we've got to do the inside of this card. So we're going to do that down here. I'm not too worried about up there. But this has to be right. So, thinking of you and keeping you in my prayers. So as long as it's over this, somewhere up here, it's going to be hidden when we close it.
You said, what was it for the next release?
September 10th.
There you go.
So maybe I'll put it up here and keeping you in my prayers. This way I have room down here to sign my name, right? Because I want to sign my name and I don't want to have to sign it over here. I want to be able to sign it in here so that when it closes, you won't see my name on the outside. There we go. And keeping you in my prayers. Now, because I'm nervous about it being straight, I am going to do this. I'm going to put this on top. And I'm going to stamp it onto the plastic. So what I did was I took the plastic index sheet off of my stamp set and I laid it on top of the whole thing. This way I can stamp it and make sure it looks straight before I completely commit. Does that look straight? Maybe it's because this is on an angle. Yeah, that looks straight. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to put that aside and I will clean that. And now I feel good, so I feel like I can stamp it. All right, here we go. I might do it one more time. There we go. Okay, so it'll be thinking of you and keeping you in my prayers. Oh, I love that. Okay, Tom, so while I am assembling the greeting on the outside, and then we're going to figure out our little gems, they're asking for the word of the day. So
The word of the day. Okay, so Gina and I are avid cyclists, right? We like to ride all around the city.
We do.
This weekend we were down near the lake, and I think it was around Lincoln and 6th Street. We passed Basilica of St. Jehoshaphat. Beautiful building.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And it was quiet, and I hear this voice behind me, Gina, saying, "What do you call someone who vandalizes a church?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "An imbecilica." I said, "That's a word of the day." An imbecilica.
Yeah.
Pulling double duty today.
Okay.
Back to the dead space.
Yep. I feel like I should go back to the dead space. All right, so I am going to just put tape on the top of this. Not the whole thing, just on the top. It's kind of silly. And we will just line that up so it's straight. Let's see, I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. Just got to make sure that for you, thinking of you, is straight. And that looks straight. So I kind of like that it goes off the edge there, just a tiny bit too. Thinking of you. So we'll just tack that down real well. And keeping you in my prayers. Okay, so now let's add a few little, just a few little like black dots in there, because I feel like that'll play on the black a little bit. Not a ton, but just a few. Let's try to find the tiny ones. I'm always looking for the tiny ones. I should just do a whole set of tiny ones. Would you guys like that? Just a whole set of littles? You know,
Bling away.
What's that?
Bling away.
Blingering away, yep. I want these to turn over on by themselves, because honestly, I know I've said it before, but it's really true. It's like they're like turtles on their backs when you're trying to get these things out of the... See that little sprinkling of black in there? Just, it's not a lot. I could put one here. Maybe something over here, like right in this area. One more. Like that. I think that's a good amount. I'm going to glue those down, and I feel like that is just the little extra that the card needed. So let me get some glue, my Connect glue. There we go. And I'm going to put this down here because I just don't want it to lift while I'm trying to do this. Oh, and here we go. The two-handed crazy girl.
Jane is asking, how does the card stand up?
This one doesn't really stand up. This one is just one that... This is a refrigerator card. How about that? A bulletin board card. It needs a refrigerator magnet. But if you wanted it to stand up, you could put the whole thing on a second card base. And that card base would make it stand up. And then this part of the card... the whole thing would be the card front with a fancy fold on it.
It's a recumbent card.
That would be a recumbent card, yes. That's funny. Did I do this one yet? Nope. Oh, yep, I did. Okay. All right, so there it is. There she is. This fun little fold.
Beauty.
I love this kind of look, don't you? I mean, I think it would be fun. We should do another card sometime where we just do this here and the same thing at the top and then put a big greeting in there. I think we should do that on another card. And I'll show you how to do that as soon as I figure out how to do that, because I like the look of the masking magic and the blocking off of a section like that. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so there it is. There's the finished card. All right, Tom, so we need to give away a gift card tonight.
All righty. Ready for drum roll?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Giving it away from the dead space. And the winner of tonight's gift card, $15 gift card, right?
Yep.
Andrea Smith. Andrea Smith. Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, Andrea. You are the winner. All you have to do is send your name and email address to info@GinaKDesigns, and we'll get that out for you. All right, everybody. Well, if you are interested in our Facebook group and hanging out over there, you can find us at Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. And also, if you've seen anything you like tonight, like this kit, while it's still available, you can get it at GinaKDesigns.com. That'll be in the What's New category. And if you liked tonight's video, and we sure hope you have, if you'd give it a thumbs up, that always does help. And then don't forget, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. All right, everybody. Well, Tom and I will be back on Thursday with another Crafternoon Live. We hope you will join us then, too. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.